Good evening, good evening. I'm your instructor for South Seattle College Life Skills to Work, also identified as Steps to Freedom, which is a workbook that you'll be using. My name again is Miss Burton Curl. Welcome to Life Skills to Work Online. We will be meeting sometimes on Canvas, but most often you will have a webinar that I will ask for you to view prior to doing your homework assignment. Have you experienced hardship in life? Mm. Do you find that once you're knocked down, it takes a bit of time to get up? Perhaps it takes more time than you like. This curriculum is designed to teach resiliency. Wow, that's great, right? What's resiliency? You may ask yourself. Well, it's the ability to get back up faster and stronger each time life comes at you. So, if this is your first time listening to this lesson, give yourself permission to build resiliency. What do you value? What matters most to you? Does your life reflects your value? These are some of the questions that's going to come up. So we want to make sure that we are able to take a moment and reflect on some positive accomplishments that we had, even as far back as a spelling test in kindergarten. That was a big accomplishment, learning how to spell your name. Okay, does your life reflect your values? Again, we'll ask that question. Are you content? Content? What is content? You might ask yourself. And so you have to say that I am content because in being content, I am able to settle my mind and think through any type of difficulty I might be experiencing. If you aren't satisfied with your answers to these questions, we'll walk you through them and we'll find some new answers, okay? So, welcome again to Steps to Freedom, presenting in the workbook Life Skills to Work. We're going to address some very, very important questions. And some of these questions are going to ask you again, how am I supposed to build all of these values when I'm dealing with this one entity of justice right now? So, what happens is you have to ask yourself, are you in a relationship? Are you happy? Do you want to learn more on how to make yourself better? Are you in a point where you're reconciling with a loved one? Are you looking for work? Do you want to go to college? This is some of the things that you will be addressing specifically as we go through this curriculum. So get ready. Get your pencil and paper out. Well, in this case, we're going to be using e-learning tools. So that way we will have an opportunity to build our technology skills. So let's go on. Here is one of the characters that we have developed in this section. We want to talk about Mr. Lee. Who is Mr. Lee? He had to say about this process. He says, I have convinced a lot of people to attend Steps to Freedom, and I don't think one of those people liked the process after that first day of class. So, what happens? He wouldn't give me, she wouldn't tell me, he wouldn't help me. If they had known the four agreements before attending and not taking things personally, then I think they would have realized their passion is not for helping us. They so often let us know. Their passion is for driving us and facilitating us to help ourselves. Mr. Lee is helping you understand that there's going to be comments in your self talk. Why am I doing this? It's not helping me. It's not giving me what I need. It's not doing this. No, we're not here to help. We are here to assist. You are a student. And as a student, you are here to learn a new skill. So, moving forward, let's talk about what exactly is this curriculum driven to help us understand. Section 1, it deals with find your own voice. So I don't want to belabor that. That is so valuable. And so we want to stop and take a moment and find our voice. Next, after we finish that section, we will go back and we will see what's next. But let's focus in specifically on section 1. You are here being introduced to some concepts that will lay a solid foundation for you for the rest of your life. Why is that? Because it is designed to help you identify the adversity and then to begin to put in the steps, a process of the self talk that will give you the translation into a positive life experience. So, if you are reading this, the odds are high that you experience adversity in life, specifically in childhood. Okay? So many factors have contributed to the stress of our adult life coming through a stressful childhood. And so, why do we address that as a childhood? Well, research has found it that ACEs, which is identified as an adverse childhood experience, they significantly impact our adult life from some of the traumas. And so, even now, the public schools has identified in taking this ACEs test for each child so they will have a better understanding on the scale of abuse that these children have faced coming in from whatever walks of life. So, why is that important? Well, research says our earliest childhood experience have a tremendous impact on who we become as adults. Research shows that early trauma impacts the rest of one's life. Now, it may impact it, but you can help mitigate that. Birth to age 5 is a critical stage in development. So, as you become aware of ACEs, that is ability for you to stop the abuse from moving on to the next generation. So, research has said that relationships with our early caregivers shaped our brains. So, what did that look like? It looks different for everyone. So we want to be sensitive and we want to respect that everyone has resiliency because if you're grown, you found a way to adapt through any type of adversity. So now, with the resiliency that you have, you can now fortify yourself and build a path to a direction that you have determined. And this is what Life Skills to Work is going to introduce. Here he is. So, as we talked about, early school experiences can impact our beliefs and our abilities. Do you know your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s by the time you started school? So, see, as you learn those skills, you're going to take away new skills from Life Skills to Work. So, let's be focused on feeling competent, and let's focus on absorbing knowledge, and let's focus on identifying the good in every situation that came out for you at this point. You may not have been prepared all the time for every adversity, but in learning Life Skills to Work, we want to make sure you're prepared like you are for school with your supplies, your backpack, and a breakfast, so your brain will be able to absorb the stresses and compartmentalize them and help you see, oh, okay, I understand this emotion. So if your brain was stressed, your ability to learn in school may have severely been compromised. So what we're going to do is understand the stresses that come and how you can help regulate your body and your behavior to help you be competent in what it is you need to learn. So as we look at this little figure, we call him Super R. What do you think he stands for? Super resiliency. Yes. So by age 12, students who have had a lot of stress are at high risk of failing in school. And we see that a lot in our students of color. So we want to understand environment is important. So when we are in case with situations that take away a peaceful surroundings, there's a way that we can sit there, and what we are trying to do, as the super resilient saying to us, we have the ability to rewire our brain by creating new neutral paths. And so we're going to be learning new skills, and these skills are going to be rewiring how we respond to things and how we are going to react. So this guy right here is our super R. So we're going to look for him throughout these webinars as we talk about Life Skills to Work here at South Seattle College. And you have had an introduction to the up to the section 1 in finding your voice, and the handout you will find in Canvas, and it's also a web-based assignment. So students, I will send you your information via text, the link to the homework assignment that goes along with this section on finding your voice. Nice to have a moment and talk with you. I'm Miss Burton Curl from South Seattle College,